Have you ever wondered why some emails get opened and others don't? Well, it all comes down to one little thing.
Oh my God, what is that?
The subject line.
Are you sure this is going to work?
Believe it or not, almost half of all marketers out there try out multiple subject lines before settling on the best one. That's because an attention-grabbing subject line is crucial to getting your email noticed in a sea of other emails. So, if you're looking to increase your open rates and get your content seen, read, and clicked on, then listen up.
You have my undivided attention.
Your subject line is the key.
Wow!
We're going to share some tried and true tips on how to spice up your subject lines.
Why is it spicy?
And get your readers clicking through to your content. Keep watching till the end. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Let's get started. Let's cover the basics of what makes a great subject line. While there are many ways to approach this, we found that the following components are essential for a subject line that truly packs a punch. Urgency and scarcity. Creating a sense of urgency and scarcity is a tried and true tactic for motivating people to take action. You can use strategic wording in your subject lines to generate the same effect. Letting viewers know when a sale or offer will begin and end, for example, can increase the likelihood that they'll click on your email as they peruse their inbox. When you use phrases like limited time offer, you can make people feel bad about missing out. Just be sure to do this in a short series of emails so that it doesn't come across as spammy. Intrigue and curiosity. Subject lines that convey, "You'll benefit from opening this email," are particularly effective. Sometimes it's best to leave things a bit vague, especially if it will pique the recipient's natural curiosity and interest. This can lead to higher open rates because the recipient is compelled to click through to learn more. But be careful not to be too cryptic. Your subject line should still be consistent with your brand's identity. If it's too confusing, people might assume it's spam.
Spam, 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 spam!
Offers and freebies. Everyone loves trying out new products and services, especially if they're offered for free or at a steep discount. Highlight this in your subject line so that it's the first thing people see. When I see a direct offer or reference to free stuff in my inbox, I'm much more likely to open that email than others. Personalization. There's no such thing as a typical email subscriber, which is why your emails shouldn't always follow a cookie-cutter formula. As marketers, we now have access to more data than ever before about our subscribers' likes and dislikes, as well as the industries they work in. Use this information to make your emails more relevant to each reader by personalizing them from time to time. Timeliness and relevance. When someone signs up for your email list, it's usually because they want more information about a certain subject. Using trending topics or timely headlines in your subject lines can make your brand seem like an expert in your field and get people to click through to learn more. Name dropping. Let's face it, we all have our favorite celebrities or notable figures that we admire. If you know your audience well enough,
Do you know who I am? No, I don't.
you can use this to your advantage by mentioning these famous people in your subject lines and throughout your content. Just remember to keep it relevant to your brand and not force it if it doesn't make sense. Great stories. Curiosity is key. A great way to get someone interested in your email is to use a teaser in the subject line that doesn't say anything about the content until the person opens it. Just be sure to keep the story in line with your brand's values and messaging to avoid turning off your readers. Now that we've covered the basics, let's dive into some best practices for writing email subject lines that will get your readers clicking. Number 1. The power of personalization in email marketing. Customization is a highly effective technique to engage your audience. It's crucial to include the recipient's given name in both the subject lines and bodies of your email campaigns. Even though this strategy's effect on open rates has been debated, most experts now agree that it is a good one.
It's good. It's good.
Our research confirms that using a customized subject line indeed enhances click-through rates. We found it interesting that putting both the first and last name of the sender in the email subject, which is not as common, has the biggest effect on how many people open the email. Number 2. Crafting succinct subject lines for effective email communication. Email communication has become an indispensable part of our daily lives. But in this age of smartphones, we need to be careful about how long our subject lines are. Subject lines that are too long will be cut off on mobile devices, which means that important information will be lost. So if you want your message to be read in full, it's best to keep the subject line to less than 50 characters. To achieve this, it's important to be concise in your messaging. Think about which words or phrases are essential and which ones can be eliminated. For instance, instead of order #9,435,893,458,358 is being processed,
Dude, what the hell was that?
you could simply write, your order is being processed, a small but significant change that makes your message more professional. Also, for regular emails, it's best not to use words like update or newsletter in the subject line. Research suggests that these phrases can actually decrease the open rate of your message by signaling to the recipient that it's part of a series that they can easily skip. So, it's best to write your email in clear, concise language that shows what you want to say.
Say it right now.
Number 3. The contents should be revealed. Let me tell you a little secret. The subject line of your email is like the cover of a book. Just as a captivating cover can entice someone to pick up a book, a compelling subject line can make someone want to open your email. If you're sending an offer or a download to someone who has already shown interest, you want to make sure they actually open your email and receive the content you promised. So, why not give them a little sneak peek of what's inside,
Oh my God, what's inside of me?
instead of a bland thank you subject line?
So what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Try something like your new ebook inside, or your guide awaits you. By doing so, you're not only thanking them for their interest, but you're also hinting at the exciting and valuable content they can expect to find within the email. Remember, the subject line is your first impression, and you want to make it count. So, reveal the contents and give your recipient a reason to click and explore what's waiting for them inside. Number 4. Timing is key. Don't miss your chance. Craft your subject line with timing in mind. Use action verbs and words that show urgency, anticipation, or exclusivity to make the recipient feel special and valued. However, avoid overusing such language. Number 5. Make them feel like they matter. Use urgency and scarcity sparingly. If you want to avoid being seen as the brand that cried wolf, only use language that creates a sense of urgency and scarcity when it is necessary. Using words like urgent and limited may make it more likely that the person will do what you want, but use them sparingly. Number 6. Thought-provoking question. How about using a thought-provoking question in your email subject line to grab your audience's attention? It's a great way to pique their curiosity and encourage them to click through to your message. For instance, you could ask something like, "Are you making these common SEO mistakes?" Or, "Do you know what your website is missing?" Tailored to your target audience, of course. One example of a company that has effectively used a question in its subject line is Zillow. They sent an email with the subject line, "What can you afford?" That linked to their website with available flats. This not only motivates and sparks some competition, but it also prompts the reader to consider their resources and how they compare to those on the market. Number 7. Compelling preview text for your emails. When it comes to email, the preview text is like the sidekick to your subject line. Although it's not technically part of the subject line, it's right there next to it, tantalizing readers with a sneak peek of what's inside your message. Whether your readers use iPhone Mail, Google, or Outlook, your preview text will be shown right next to the subject line. If you leave the preview text blank, the email program will try to fill it in for you based on the contents of your email. But that's a missed opportunity to make a connection with your audience and showcase the value of your message. So take a little extra time to craft preview text that complements your subject line and draws readers in. I am sure you now understand how to write a catchy subject line to maximize your engagement. If you find anything tough to understand, put it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.